Hello to all of you. Welcome today to the session. I'm in Turkey just right now, and there are so many beautiful flowers around in the nature. And I was walking, and once I get this thought that actually our voice is like a flower, or we have to treat our voice like a flower. These beautiful flower buds, they are so tremendously beautiful and individual, and we have to, we cannot treat them with pressure or we cannot come with a hammer, because immediately they will get destroyed. And they bloom by themselves if we leave them free, and each one is so individual. So our voices, each one of us, is so individual and sounds so individual, and we have to find out how the voice can blossom. And first of all, it's really that treatment, that not to treat it with force, not to force it, not to pressure it, to treat it so softly. That's the first thing. And the second thing is also to give it enough water. Drink water to clean the throat. And I would like to make a small Om singing session with you, and we bring out the Oms, we sense them as if it was a new flower just starting to bloom. Every Om is a fresh new flower. It gives a different fragrance, and each one, you look at each one, you listen to each one without judgments, without expectations. You just accept this flower, this Om, this sound as it is. You take your pole position, you sit upright and breathe in deeply in that amazement. Huge in-breath. You want to give birth to as many flowers as possible. And then you let it rise, you let it start to open the flower bud. Maybe you even can sense some beautiful fragrance of that sound. If you really leave it in the sensitivity, and if you don't force it, if you don't want something from it, if you just leave it the way it is, very softly, gently, it starts to blossom again. And at the same time, while you are singing that, chanting that Om, you can feel that in the same time you would inhale the fragrance of that beautiful flower that you are just bringing out. Let's try it. In that way, we are also referring to that idea that we were speaking about in some sessions ago, that you give something out, your breath flows out, and at the same time you set a kind of counter force to inhale the voice. And now we are doing that with that imagination of inhaling, smelling the fragrance of our own sound, so that we have one direction, the breath going out, and the other direction, the smelling that goes inward. Let's do it again. And we can even strengthen that imagination by, if you close your eyes now, and just for a moment you imagine yourself to be in a wonderful, beautiful, amazing garden with millions of different flowers, so many different colors, and so many different fragrances all around you. And now you're going around to the small flowers, to the bigger flowers, to the higher growing, taller flowers. And you give just different sounds to them, different ohms to them, and at the same time you inhale their fragrance. And now you go to another flower, another color, another world. It's like with your sound, you want to give that flower back, something back, some beautiful sound flower you are offering to that beautiful flower that you see before your inner eye. Another one. Next one, totally different, totally new. No, none of them can be the same as the one before. Each flower is different, each tone is different, and needs its own awareness. It needs a totally new, fresh consciousness to it. Another one. And slowly you are moving towards the exit of that beautiful garden, and you see at the front gate another wonderful, beautiful flower, and we will give our Om to that flower. And we can turn around and say goodbye to that lovely, colorful garden that gifted us with great sights and wonderful fragrances. And we can step out of that garden So what is the experience if you put yourself in a beautiful surrounding that can only be in your inner world? It doesn't have to be outside. See, I'm in a total simple bedroom just right now. But the most beautiful sounds came out because I was in that inner world, amazingly beautiful. So I hope you can take some good experiences from that small and spontaneous flower meditation, flower sound meditation. And see you soon.